So right now we're gonna make some chocolate hummus. We're gonna make chocolate and we're gonna make chocolate hazelnut. So we're gonna get started in a minute. So right now we have 2 cans of garbanzo beans that have been rinsed and drained. So that ends up being 1 pound and 1.5 ounces when I measured it. And we've got a little bit of the aquafaba, which is from the can of chickpeas. You just drain it, but instead of tossing it, we're gonna use this to make our hummus like really silky and really pillowy. So we have a 1/4 cup here. We're gonna add about half of that to get this kind of going. We're gonna add a splash of vanilla, and then we're gonna start mixing this up. And then we'll add our dates in a minute or two. They're just softening right now. So this wasn't moving very well, so I stopped it, added the rest of the aquafaba, and then I pushed the sides down, and we'll mix it up again. Just because I want this to get just a tiny bit more silky before I add my dates, I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of plant milk just to kind of give it a little bit more room to get going. Now in the meantime, what I've been doing is I've taken 8 ounces of pitted dates and I have them soaking in some hot coffee and a little bit of water because I didn't have enough coffee to like fully cover them. And then I put this in the microwave for like 30-second increments so that the dates get really soft. They're too hot to touch right now, but I'm gonna take them out of here with a fork and I'm gonna put them in the food processor and then we're gonna mix it up again. And this will be for sweetness. You don't have to soak them in coffee. It just gives it like a little bit more depth of flavor. So I know this isn't super close up, but you can see how the date just kind of like disintegrates. That's how you want it, so it breaks down and it gives you a smooth texture. So we've got our dates in there and now we're gonna start it again. Okay. So I've been mixing this for a little bit and it's getting smoother, but I'm probably gonna have to let it mix for about 5 minutes and then I'm gonna add the cocoa and we're gonna take half out. So I had this mix for about 2 minutes and then I just kind of went through it with a fork to look for any whole dates that were left. I did find one, so I fished it out. It was probably a harder date than some of the others and I don't want that chunk in there, so that comes out. And now I'm gonna add 1/4 cup of cocoa. Add that in there. I have added a splash of vanilla already, and then I've got 1 ounce of tahini that I'm going to add as well, and then we're going to mix it up again. We might need to add just a little bit of plant milk in here so that the cocoa doesn't go flying, but we'll see in a second here. Usually when I make this, people tell me it needs to be a little sweeter, so while I'm at it, I'm just going to add a 1/4 cup of stevia. So this needed more flavor, so I'm adding another 1/4 cup of cocoa, I'm adding another 1/4 cup of stevia, and then I'm adding another teaspoon of plant milk, and we'll bump it up again and taste test it again. Okay, I did have to add 1 more tablespoon of soy milk, and it tastes pretty chocolatey, so now I'm going to divide the batter up. So you can see how like thick and creamy this looks. We're going to put this aside so that we have just chocolate. And then we're going to make 2 more. We're going to make chocolate mint and chocolate hazelnut. So this is chocolate. So here's another bowl of chocolate, and we're going to add a little bit of mint extract and then mix it up and taste it. So I added a little bit more mint extract. So our chocolate mint is done. And now we're going to add the hazelnut to what's left in the food processor. Okay, last but not least is going to be our hazelnut hummus. So we've got the chocolate in here, obviously. We're going to add some hazelnut extract. I'm going to add about 1.5 teaspoons because this is not super flavorful. Okay, so our last batch is done. This is the chocolate hazelnut. So here's our last one, which is chocolate hazelnut. I really like this. People ask me how I like to eat it. I like to eat it on a spoon. It's also really good on toast. You can eat it with banana. Is it the same as like a chocolate hazelnut spread? Of course not. If you want to make it richer, you can add more tahini. You can make chocolate peanut butter. But this is something that I really like that helps with my sweet tooth. I hope you like it. Please try it and let me know. Thanks so much. Bye.